education can be boring, but entertainment is always fun. Watch what happened when Miss Brown turned it into one.
If you take care of your bodies, then your bodies will take care of you. If not, well,
technology first is in everything we do.
Hi, I'm Miss Sankofa. You normally see me behind the camera. I also edit videos and I upload them to our YouTube channel. I've accepted on some extra tools lately. I've been giving you videos in education, entertainment, edutainment, and environmental science, and a lot more coming soon.
Hello, Sankofa families. Are you ready for today's activities? We are. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, my name is Selena, and this is the word of the day: confusion. CONFUSION. Lack of clearness or distinctness. Confusion. 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 Bye.
Hey everyone, this is Miss Natisha. Welcome back for another episode. If you remember, a few weeks ago, we had a special guest join us to talk to us about cyberbullying. Thank you again, Erica Gilmore, for that insightful information on cyberbullying that we may not have known. So we've learned a little bit about coding at the center, and I actually came across a girl who created an app when she was only 16 years old. That's only a little bit older or around the same age as some of our students. She created an app that helps detect cyberbullying. Now, how cool is that? Sometimes we get on our phones and we feel a little more confident than we would if we're in front of somebody in person. So we may be a little confused. Thank you again, Selena, for that word confusion for the word of the day when we are behind an electronic device and we're just sending anything we want to someone without thinking about their feelings sometimes. So we're going to download this app today and see how it changes the way we think and send messages to others. And it can help prevent someone from having their feelings hurt. As this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, we want to make sure that we are aware of the mental health of others. Mental health is just how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about things. So we want to make sure that our mental health is healthy so that our bodies can be healthy. So, yes, you have permission, unlike when we're at the center, to get your cell phone. Sorry, let me scoot it up so you guys can see. Here we go. There you go. So, you're going to go to the App Store and type in Rethink. And I have an Apple, so I'm going to do that on the Apple, and I'm going to show you how you can download it on your Android. So of course, you would go to the Google Play Store, and we're going to install Rethink. While we are installing Rethink, I have a short clip from the Steve Harvey Show about this young inventor / coder, Trisha, and she'll tell you exactly why she came up with this app. So enjoy it.
Trisha, tell us about your app.
So Rethink is actually the world's first proactive solution to stop cyberbullying before it happens. So let's just say an adolescent tries to post something offensive on social media, like "you are so ugly." Rethink is first of all able to detect that message is offensive, and then it alerts the adolescent, like, whoa, hold on. Are you really sure you want to post this message? So we actually conducted a 1,500 trial Google acclaimed study, and I found that over 93% of the time when kids get this alert, like hold on, stop for a second, they actually change their mind and decide not to post an offensive message on social media.
Really?
I know, it's incredible. I was stunned.
How'd you come up with this?
So actually, it all started for me in the fall of 2013. It was just a normal day from school. I came home, and I happened to read this article online about this young girl named Rebecca Sedgwick from Florida. She was 11, and she had been being cyberbullied for over a year and a half. And, that's when I decided I wanted to be an upstander and not a bystander.
What responses have you gotten so far with this?
Well, we've gotten fantastic responses. I mean, teachers, parents, guidance counselors, principals. I mean, they're so excited about the technology. And what's interesting is students are too. Because a lot of students like to say, in this era of digital parenting, parents always struggle. I think between these two extremes about how to parent. Like, I secretly check my kids' texts at night, or, I don't know what Facebook is. And so kids like to say that they feel like this is a nice medium for them because it feels like, their parent is giving them a little bit of trust, respecting them with what they're doing. But at the same time, parents love it because they feel like they're giving their child, a second chance, an opportunity to make better decisions on social media.
So show us how it works.
All right, so you heard it there first. Trisha came up with this amazing app. So I have it downloaded on my phone. So we're going to do it today. So first 5 steps, 5 easy steps to use Rethink. Number 1, we're going to go to our settings. 2, go to general, then keyboards. Step 3, add new keyboard. Step 4, choose Rethink with the keyboard. And then you can use it on any app, like she was saying, on your phone or on your computer or on your tablet or one of the many electronics that you may have. And if you don't have any at all, again, don't feel bad. When I was growing up, we didn't even have all this stuff. Cyberbullying was not an issue. It was more so in person. So I'm going to go to settings, keyboard, adding a new keyboard, third-party keyboard, Rethink. Got it on there. All right, so the example that Trisha gave is something that some of us have heard before, including myself. You were so ugly. So I typed that into, I'm actually sending the text to myself without, I could set it up for someone else, but, just to be safe. So I typed it in. Zooming in. All right, there we go. So I typed in, "You are so ugly," and it tells me to rethink. Don't say things that you may regret later. So, of course, when we say something like that, of course, we joke around with our siblings, we joke around with our friends. But when you say things like this, people can really take it to heart. They'll go back and think, wow, I don't like, the way my nose is shaped, or I don't like my eyebrows or something. And that could really lower their self-esteem. And especially during times like this, we don't want to make anyone feel less happy than they may already be. So it says rethink, so I can clear out this message and not send it, or I can hit OK, and then, that's just the consequences that will come later. So when we talk to our friends, there are many other things that we could say or actually have a conversation about something before we send it. So I hope you guys take advantage of this app. Again, it's called Rethink. You want to rethink what we do and what we say before we say it, because we never know what the consequences are going to be. And we don't want anyone to feel less happy than they already are. So, again, with that being said, like she said, they use this in schools. They've gotten great support from schools. And if this is your first time learning about this app, share it with your friends, share it with your family. Again, of course, I know me, when I got my first cell phone, I didn't want to show it to my parents either. I didn't want to leave it around where my parents could see what I was talking about either. So when you have something like this, it helps you rethink what you want to say. That way you're not on one end or the other of the consequences that come from cyberbullying. You don't want to be the bullier, and you don't want to be the person being bullied. So this app, I think, is very great. I wish it was around maybe when cell phones first came out. That would have helped prevent a lot of different consequences that happened. But now that it's out, it is a little old. It's been out for a few years, but this is my first time hearing about it. So I know it's your guys' first time hearing about it. So please, please, please check it out. Rethink. I'm going to put the description in put the link in the description, and then you guys can try it out for yourselves and let us know what you think. And you guys are very smart. We have students like Justin, students like Ulysses, and students like Jada. They are actually coding right now. They're creating masks, as you saw in a few videos before, creating masks for our healthcare workers. So you guys can come out with codes and apps and things like this as well. You can even come out with a whole new social media platform that prevents cyberbullying before you even think about doing it. So you guys are very smart and very talented. Use your talents, show them out in the world. Right now is the perfect time to get some reading in, to if you have an innovation or if you have an invention that you want to create, try it out. You never know. So, of course, she's making money from this, but that's not why she started this. But you guys can make money from this. Again, when we have ideas, it might not be the end goal to make money, but it is a plus. So, go out there and be entrepreneurs and remember to think before you post. Remember to think before you say, think before you do, rethink.
Hello, thank you for joining me. I am Mr. Williams. Today I would like to take you back to a moment in my history. A moment that I wasn't much older than most of you, to children that is. Once upon a time, my friends and I would catch fireflies among other bugs and insects. We would store them in a jar, punch holes in the top, and put food in for the fireflies to eat. And we would just leave them. At night, we would shake up the jars, stirring up the fireflies inside. Once the fireflies were stirred, they would light up beautifully. We'd do this for hours on end. We later learned, unfortunately, that this was unhealthy for the fireflies, and unfortunately many died. I would like for us together to capture fireflies and put them in a jar, but we will do this so as not to endanger any fireflies nor any other bugs and insects. Today, we're going to have some fun working on a project making solar light fireflies. We're going to use the energy from the sun, solar panels, and some creative artwork to simulate fireflies in the jar. We have all received the care package from Sankofa Inner City Cultural League. In it, amongst other things, is a garden solar lamp. What we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom piece apart and just set that to the side. We're going to take apart the glass part. Leave in the orange tab. Do not remove the orange tab. Simply twist on the glass part and that'll come off, and we set that to the side. Okay? Included in what you will need is going to be a pair of scissors, some string, and some glue. Those are the only things that we did not provide. Hopefully mom and dad has some of those around the house you may use. So what I've pre-done is cut 2 pieces of string, because I know for me, I wish to add 2 fireflies to the inside of my jar. So, and I've also gone ahead, I'm going to go ahead, and cut a piece of the pipe cleaner. Which I'm going to mold into the shape that I want my firefly to look like inside of my jar. So in this case, I'm just going to do a simple circle because it's easiest for me with my fingers. Okay, I'm going to do that a second time because, like I said, I want 2 of them. You can do as many as you wish as will fit on the inside of the glass. This is our jar, so just be mindful of what size will fit inside this jar. Okay, we're going to take our string, and it might, okay, I got it, sorry, I have to mold my second firefly. And again, I'm just going to do a simple circle. You can do whatever, like, again, your imagination come up with. I'm doing circles because that's what my imagination came up with, and they look nice inside. Then I'm going to take one of the strings and I'm going to put through one of my fireflies and simply tie it. Okay, that's one. And and I'm going to put a string through the second. Okay? And I'm going to tie that one as well. All right. Once I have them both tied, I'm going to cut off any excess string that I have next to the firefly part itself, because I want it, unless it adds to your design. If it adds to your design, then leave it. In my case, it doesn't. So I'm going to just snip that part off. And I'm going to do that with both. Okay? Once that's snipped off, then I have to figure out what length of string I need so that it fits inside of my jar and they're separate. So one is going to be longer than the other. So I'm going to cut that length first. Now mind you, I know that I'm going to be connecting it to up here. So I'm going to add just a little bit more than just the top of my jar. Okay, so that one should work for my longer one. And then I'm going to do one for my shorter firefly. So I'm not going to go in as far. So I know that, again, I have to leave a little distance to connect to the plastic up top. So I'm going to snip it there. Then I'm going to take both those ends of the string and I'm going to glue them to the top of my jar. And I'm going to glue one on each side. So there's a little. Once the glue dries, you may remove the orange tab and the light should come on. You may now carefully dangle your fireflies into your jar. Line up the notches on the inside of the top of the jar and simply twist. And as you can see, I have fireflies in a jar. Now, you may continue to use the remaining parts of your pipe cleaner to decorate your the outside of the jar or the top of the jar. You may find construction paper and do the same and continue to design your firefly jar as you see fit. If the light goes out, just put your hand over the top, because without sunlight for the solar panels, that's when the light comes on, as you can see. And that's how we build a solar light fireflies. Oh, one other thing. Let's put it back. So the jar goes into the tube as it came apart. But so as to use it in mom and dad's garden, simply remove the bottom, turn it upside down, and put that other end into the tubing. And now that can easily be pressed into the ground. During the day, it'll be unlit, as you can see here. But at night, you see that it lights up nice and bright. Have fun with it.
How does this work? Well, how does solar energy work? The sun bathes the earth in energy. Almost all light depends upon solar radiation to power photosynthesis, which sustains the food chain and adds oxygen to the atmosphere. Photosynthesis is the process in which light energy is converted to chemical energy in the form of sugars by green plants. These plants combine carbon dioxide, which we exhale, breathe out, and water to produce sugars for their health and oxygen, which we inhale, breathe in. Even fossil fuels contain the sun energy, trapped in the remains of plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. Not only is the sun energy plentiful, it's free. The hard part about collecting solar energy is storing it for times when sunlight isn't readily available, like night. Solar panels are made of sandwiches of materials that are good at moving electrons around. When sunlight hits these panels, electrons get knocked off and move from one layer to the other, creating electrical current that can be stored in a battery. The battery in a solar garden lights is turned on when the sun goes down and lights up the LED inside.
Hopefully today you enjoy making the solar light flies. What else might you make using solar light? Can you design a light up the snow globe? Could you make pieces of garden art that is illuminated at night? I look forward to hearing and seeing your ideas. Until next time, I am Mr. Williams. Thank you for joining me today.